Kentucky Spin. Our four core values: respect, education, dignity, empowerment. Established 1988, Kentucky Spin is a parent training and information center in Kentucky. I'm Nick with Kentucky Spin, here with another Youth Talk. For this Youth Talk, I'm going to be talking about supportive decision making and what that entails and what and how it can help you with your everyday life. So what is supportive decision making? Well, supportive decision making is an alternative to guardianship. It's a way for individuals like you or me with disabilities to be able to live somewhat independent lives, but still receive the assistance and support that we need. Now, everyone, not just people with disabilities like me or you, but everyone uses supportive decision making because it's a little more complicated than this, but it's just asking someone for advice and who's knowledgeable on something to help you make informed decisions. So everyone uses it. It's just especially important if you have certain disabilities that make things harder for you. So how do you start supportive decision making? Well, first you need someone like yourself with a disability that needs to be supported. And then you just look for the people who you trust, friends, family, etc., the people you trust to be able to help you. It starts with you putting together a personal support system of these people that you trust. So first, you need to figure out who exactly it is that can support you. These people can be your family, friends, community members, like if you're involved at church, or maybe there's like a local sports group, or maybe a gaming group that you hang out with. It could be any of those kind of people. Just people just from the community that you trust. We do have resources available on the Kentucky Spin website that can help you figure out who the right people are to trust with the supportive decision making to help you put together your personal support group. So you might be wondering, well, okay, what do I actually need supportive decision making for? Well, there's a lot of things, and I could not possibly name all of them because it's based off the individual and what it is that you need. My needs, the areas that I need to be supported on are going to be different from the areas you need to be supported on, or your friend, or a brother or sister or anyone else. It's going to be completely different. For example, for me, I'm not really good at doing things like taxes or like certain making like big financial decisions and things like that, or like when it comes to things like insurance, really big complicated number stuff that involves a lot of deductions and math and calculations. I'm not really good at figuring those out or finding the motivation to resolve those things. So I have my dad, who is really knowledgeable about all those things. He's really knowledgeable about, he's like 30 years older than I am. So he's had a lot of adult experience dealing with things like taxes and insurance and bank accounts and all that stuff. So whenever I need to change my insurance or whenever tax season rolls around once a year, I can always depend on him to help me do my taxes and make sure that stuff is put together right, and that when I'm signing up for an insurance, I'm getting good insurance or getting good benefits and things like that, because he's been around it. He's been doing that a lot longer than I have, so he's pretty knowledgeable on that. And also, when it comes to like adulting stuff, I live on my own. I don't own a vehicle, so transportation, if I need to go somewhere that's out of my subdivision, I don't have a vehicle. I can't drive myself. And Uber or like taxis or any of that stuff can be a little expensive. But I know that my family who lives near me, they are willing and able to help me and drive me places when I need to go somewhere. They come and they help me mainly like getting my groceries. Like when I get my groceries once a week, they help get me to the grocery store and they help transport all my things so I don't have to worry about food. It's also important to mention when it comes to being supported, it's okay to ask people to help you with things that you're unable to do yourself, but it's really important to be respectful of the other person's time. Like me, like I mentioned, I don't have my own form of transportation, so I'm dependent on my family to get me places that I need to go. And I don't always ask them like every day. I'm not like, hey, can you take me here? Can you take me to this place, to that place, etc. I don't do that because that's not respectful of their time. They have their own lives, and even though I am disabled and they've helped me a lot throughout my life, I, as an adult, understand that they have their own lives and they have their own things they're doing, and that their world can't revolve around me 24/7. So I always plan things in advance. Like we know, every Sunday they know that Nick needs to go and get groceries. He needs to go to the grocery store and get groceries. So every Sunday they're prepared to take me to go get these groceries. If I want to go somewhere, like if I want to go up the road to to the city or something like that, I let them know ahead of time. Now I might call them like that morning, like, hey, you want to go do something? I might invite and be like, hey, do you want to go out and do this thing or that thing? But generally, like, I try to give a couple of days notice, like if I think I need to go somewhere. If I'm going to need them to help me, I give them an advance notice because, again, I need to be respectful of their time. So just keep that in mind. Try to be aware that your support group, they have to do their own things. They can't always support you 100% of the time. So you need to be prepared to arrange those things and plan those things out with them. So outside of your support group, who else can help you besides your parents, besides your family, community members, and friends, etc.? Well, Kentucky Spin, this is actually like Kentucky Spin. We do a lot of things. There's a long, big-winded descriptions of what it is that we provide as a PTI, as a Parent Training Information Center. There's a big-winded description of what we do, etc. But basically, supported decision-making is essentially like what we're best at. Like, that's what we do. We help people with disabilities or people who have family members with disabilities. We help guide them and educate them on how to make these big decisions and how to support these people in their lives or how to get the supports that they need. So, I mean, if you have trouble, if something comes up and you don't know who you can reach out to, like if you're a young adult like me, or you're just leaving high school, you're going out into college or the workforce, wherever, and all this stuff is confusing you and you just don't know anything about it, and there is no one to help you, like you can't, like me, like you can't reach out to your dad and have him help you with your taxes and you just don't know what to do and you're confused, reach out to us. We can connect you to people. We can either educate you ourselves or we can connect you to someone who can help you with what it is that you need to be supported on. Like if you have transportation issues, like we can look into it. We can help you figure out transportation problems. We can help you figure out who to contact to help you with financial stuff. If you have banking troubles, like we have all these resources and we can help you one-on-one resolve these decisions and help support you. So we can directly help you with all the big adult life decisions, and we can also help you with the small adult life decisions. Like if there's just something small that you're just not sure about, you can call us if you're like, hey, I'm having trouble with this little thing. Like, what do you think I should do? And we can figure out where to go from there. But anyway, that's all for this youth talk about the supported decision making. If you want to know more about supported decision making or want resources related to supported decision making, check out the Kentucky Spin website, www.kyspin.com. We have plenty of more resources on the supported decision making there. We also have plenty of other transition resources and other youth talks and presentations, webinars, infographics, etc. that can help you with sort of supported decision making, as well as other transition age things. But again, I'm Nick with Kentucky Spin. Thank you for watching this youth talk, and I will see you for the next one. Thank you. Visit www.kyspin.com.